Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's BC. Many of you have been asking me for a full day of eating and kind of what I eat on a typical day. So I figured I'd break a few of these elements down and take you through some of the shakes and meals that I actually have. All right. So meal one of the day, sometimes I fast, right? It's, it's here or there, right? Like it's not like something I have set in stone. Every once in a while, I'll do the intermittent fasting. But on most mornings when I do have something, I'll usually make a shake and maybe have some fruits on the side as well. So the typical shake that I do create is something along the lines of this. I normally won't add the sea moss to it. I'm pretty hardcore. You can make that into a gel, and you have many recipes for that, which I'm not gonna cover in this video, but I'll usually just take a little bit out and eat it because it tastes like seaweed to me. And if you remember, when I was a kid, I used to have like the little sheets of seaweed, and I really like that. So I don't mind chewing on that and eating it. I'm hardcore though. Many of you will probably think it's disgusting, so I recommend you prepare that a different way. So my shake is composed of a lot of simple ingredients. The only one I'm really missing here that I'll add is banana, right? But I just ran out this morning when I made the shake, so I don't have any to show you, but I'll normally put in an apple or two of these small green apples. I prefer the green ones because they're sour. That's just my taste preference. We have a peach here. I'll usually throw in some raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries. Sometimes I'll only use 2 out of the 3. It just depends on the day. But today I made one with all 3. I got maca powder right here. This is the flax milk that I use. You can use almond milk, coconut milk, whatever you prefer. And then I also put in the chlorella and spirulina just because I know those are really, really good. Those are kind of like superfood, health foods, and they're really, really good for you. The only other thing that I'll have aside from this is maybe I'll chew on some goji berries. I buy those at the market. Those tend to be more expensive, but this is basically the meal one for me. Would be a shake. I'd put it together, or I'll fast. If I do add anything else, every once in a while, I'll throw in some oats to the shake, or I'll throw in some peanut butter. All right, ladies and gentlemen, round 2. So in this pot, I threw everything together. However, I did cook it separately, and I'll walk you through all of the components that are currently inside of this pot. What I do typically 2 to 3 nights a week, depending on how much I'm eating and how active I am. I'll put 3 pots here on the stove. I'll do one where I'll lightly, with some vegan broth, steam some kale. Just cook it very, very lightly before I throw it in here eventually. I'll also cook a pot of wild long grain rice. And then I also do lentils, right? So I have the rice, the lentils, the kale. In this pot, right, all by itself, I'll throw vegetables in slowly and slowly heat them up. And I'll start with potatoes, carrots, then I'll throw in some celery, I'll throw in some cauliflower, some broccoli. And while I'm doing it, before I continue, I'm usually putting it in by what takes longer to cook. That way I can cook it slowly, cook it through, but at the same time, not overcook it, right? So you have the broccoli, the cauliflower, I also put in green onion. I put bell pepper, right? I have green bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, orange, red. I usually mix it up a little bit. I'll put in some garlic. I'll usually put in some spinach at the very end. Once it's done cooking, I'll just throw on a layer at the top and let the steam cook it just a little bit. And I also put in Brussels sprouts, right? I know I didn't mention that. So celery, if I didn't say it, that pretty much sums up what's in here. Again, I'm hardcore, right? I'll usually scoop up some. I don't mind eating it all together. If you're more strickler or you're more organized and you like having it separate, you can put it in your separate pots and put it away. Again, I'm just really simple and hardcore, and I'm eating for the nutrition. So I just kind of throw it together. I also have some spices and stuff that I'll use. I'll throw some cayenne pepper once I scoop some out. I usually put in some turmeric, some ginger. I'll put in some of this stuff up here. The ashwagandha root, right? Then I have some lion's mane right here as well. So I'll put that in. Here's a maca powder from earlier. And yeah, that pretty much composes that. So that would be kind of the lunch slash dinner when I come back home. If I'm gonna be gone for a long time, I'll usually, put this stuff in some Tupperware or something and take it with me if I know I'm gonna be gone for a long time, because I don't like having those huge windows where I'm not eating, because then I'll come back and I'll eat too much. And we're back. So throughout the day, also in addition to the meals here and there, I am gonna snack on other stuff. So right here I have some sprouted bread. I'll usually have this gluten-free most of the time, but not always. I don't have a gluten sensitivity that I know of. I know some people do, but I do avoid it for the most part. So even if I do consume gluten, it's not too much. Here is some almond butter. I usually have that as well. This is something that I have, maybe not daily, but every other day. Coconut water, I'm always downing this, especially since it's been really, really hot lately. You know, I don't mind drinking this. It's pretty much 100% coconut water. I like the chunky one personally. As far as water, a lot of people ask. This is the spring water that I always have. I will be getting one of those Kangen water filters because I think overall it's gonna save me a lot of money. Other things that I'll munch on, I do consume tree nuts, almonds, walnuts, that kind of stuff. I get this at Sprouts, right? Complete protein, sacha inchi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And I have the macambo beans, which are super good. If you haven't tried these, I highly recommend them. Earlier, I mentioned the goji berries. I'll munch on these. I love these. Super sweet, super good. And then I'll usually mix these in with fruit, the cacao wafers. So this is pure unsweetened raw cacao. And this is where they make chocolate from, except the regular mainstream one is so processed that it's garbage. So that gives you a general idea. Other than that, will I eat out? Sure, I'll have the occasional vegan pizza. But my diet, guys, is super simple. You know, I'll take some other powders and stuff. You know, I put like nutritional yeast to get B12. So I know I'm getting pretty much everything that I need. And I would say 80%, 75, 80% at least of the bulk of my diet is everything I showed you in this video. And the other 20% possibly is other stuff, salads I'll get when I eat out and things of that nature. Here and there, I'll prepare these things differently. But overall, I've noticed since I've gone plant-based, my taste buds have come alive again, and I can really taste all the differences in the fruits and the vegetables, and I really do enjoy this food. I don't think it's bland. I do put enough stuff here and there to make it really, really good, and I'm enjoying it. The only thing I didn't show you, I guess, would be some of the mock meats that I eat. You know, Beyond Meat, some of the beef, some of the Beyond Meat meatballs and Gardein and that kind of stuff. It's just that's probably part of that 10 or 15% because I don't like eating processed stuff too much. But that's it. If you guys want to see anything else or some of these other meals that I prepare and you'd like another follow-up video, let me know and I'll make it for you. All right, hopefully you enjoyed. See ya.